Welcome back, everyone. It's time for part 2 of PK Adventure Travel's pre-cruise day in Seattle, Washington. In this episode, we start at the Starbucks Bean Roastery, where we taste test a flight of cold brew, as well as taste whiskey versus the whiskey barrel aged coffee beans. We then go to the Chihuly Glass Museum. Oh, wait, there's the Ovation of the Seas coming in, a little precursor to what our vacation will be on next week's episode. And then after the Chihuly Glass Museum, we take a look quickly at some pictures that CJ and Christine took of the Museum of Pop Culture, go to dinner at Ivar's, and close things off at the Space Needle. So sit back and relax, and let's get this started. All right, in we go to the Starbucks Reserve, Roastery, and Tasting Room.
Trademark.
Oh my goodness, I can already smell it. Holy moly.
I already smell the money leaving my wallet. Bucks again, baby.
Ooh, look at this. Whiskey barrel aged Guatemalan coffee. They have whiskey barrel aged.
I wish they had like something.
And they like to do it cold brew, CJ. The whiskey barrel, they do cold brew.
Okay.
So we'll do a little walk here. So they got brewing stations, of course. Of course, it wouldn't be a good roastery if you couldn't get beans by the pound. Over this way is where you can get your pastries, as well as overlook the roaster area, which is where we're going to go here shortly. Down this way is another bar, as well as some of the roasting machines. And it looks like they're definitely roasters that would be in motion. They're just not roasting any beans right now. It looks like they've got their coffee right here. Seattle, Colombia, Bali, Rwanda. Lots of different flavors. I think I'm going to do the whiskey barrel taste flight over here and have some of the cold brew whiskey barrel alongside bourbon whiskey and see how it compares from the flavored coffee to the whiskey itself. So we'll get back at you with that.
So we're here at the Starbucks Roastery and Reserve trying a cold brew coffee flight.
Consists of the whiskey barrel aged beans, the Bali cold brew, and another variety of the Bali done differently. Bali is an Indonesian island known for its pristine beaches and lush bamboo groves. Apparently, they also grow coffee.
It's definitely a dark roast.
It is very dark, yes.
I don't know how much I like the dark roast.
It's darker than I traditionally like my cold brew, but that's because Dunkin' Donuts is superior to Starbucks.
True.
But it's not bad. It is definitely stronger, though, than expected. So it could be a good wake me up. Our buddy Fred would really enjoy this. And that's the second variety of the Bali.
This one is with the foam.
With the cold foamed top.
This one's heavier. Really?
Okay. It's got a good aroma, just like the first one.
So what are you supposed to use to clean your palate when you're drinking coffee? Because they give you coffee to clear your palate for everything else.
I don't know that it's heavier.
Bitter,
but
maybe? More bitter.
It's maybe a touch bitter, more bitter than the other variety of it. But it's still really good for what it is. except it's not Dunkin'. And then the final one is the one that we have really all been looking forward to. The Knob Creek Bourbon Whiskey Aged Barrel
Oh my God,
Coffee
it
out of
smells
Guatemala. The smell on that is much more aromatic and
It smells great.
yeah, it's much more aromatic than the other two, and really the reason we came here.
This is coming home with me. Oh yeah.
I don't think they let you take the glass, but I can tell you
I
though,
want that.
this is
That's really good.
really the reason that I decided to come here and do this. That has a deep flavor with a sprinkling of a sweetness from the bourbon that you wouldn't normally expect out of a whiskey. And that is definitely coming home with us. No questions asked.
Yep.
In quantity. By the barrel.
All right. Now comes the moment of truth. So I have the whiskey comparison flight, which is straight up whiskey on this side. And then this side is the cold brew whiskey barrel aged coffee that was aged in the barrel that this whiskey was aged in. So we are going to do a taste comparison of the straight up whiskey and then the whiskey coffee. See how close the profile is between the two. All right, so we're officially going to do the tasting. So basically, as you saw with a quick flash through, you're going to smell the whiskey, smell the coffee, then do a taste test of the whiskey, and then a taste test of the coffee, and then we go back and forth. So let's do our smelling. It's got a nice full aroma. Oh yeah, and you can, even though there's no alcohol in this cold brew, you can still smell that whiskey mixed in with the chocolatey coffee aroma. All right, so then we do our taste. Nice and tingly on the tongue for sure. Cheryl, this is for you, so you better comment below because we know you like watching our alcohol tasting clips. All right, let's taste the cold brew.
So it doesn't count.
It totally counts. There's whiskey.
We're drinking Knob Creek bourbon straight. It counts. I've combined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, you can definitely taste that hint.
I've combined my remaining amounts to one amazing cocktail. I call it the let's get wasted at Starbucks.
All right, let's try it again. That's
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. Obviously, this has the little burn like the whiskey does, but when you chase it with this, you still have that pronounced whiskey flavor when you're drinking the coffee.
Yeah, the smoke.
That smoky flavor is still,
really
it's still, yeah. And then I'm going to pull a CJ. Thank you, sir.
Are you holding his balls?
I will hold his balls. He's my buddy. I do what I got to do.
And now we're going to have spiked cold brew.
Spiked cold brew. Or, as we call it, the get wasted at Starbucks.
Oh, man.
These are amazing. They really are.
Yes.
And Fred,
Yes.
I know you're watching too. Fred, I know you're on a ferry ride enjoying your part of Seattle, but boy, you're missing out.
Very, very nice. Very smooth.
So
I mean, it's good. It really is.
It's the perfect excuse to put alcohol in your coffee every time you have coffee.
All right, onwards. Next up, let's see what we've got. Christine, take it away.
I like the whiskey coffee so much, I got it to go with just a little bit of cream. And then I had asked about this brownie I saw, which I think is in this box. The fancy seasonal ganache brownie. Wow. And then the barista heard that we were recording, so they threw in an extra snack of a raspberry filled croissant. And these snacks are for everybody.
Croissant threw up on me.
That's really fresh.
Oh, very good. Raspberry good.
What do you think, Brian? Is it organic? I mean, I think we've had
Yeah.
more chocolatey, but that's really good.
I like it because it is light, so it's something that I could eat most of it, versus now with our diets and our palates, that really thick, fudgy one, you can only take a couple of bites before you're like, this is just too much. So I like it because it's definitely light, but still has a very nice chocolatey flavor to it.
Oh, that's like an atrium.
Yeah, looks
Oh,
really
very
cool. So here is a very, very rare occurrence in Seattle, Washington. I'm glad we were able to bring it to you.
It's sunny.
It's sunny.
Sorry, slowly.
Sunny.
Look, look. It's not cloudy. Look, look, look. Look. It's not raining. Hell yeah. And later tonight, right near, hopefully sunset, we will be heading to the top of the Space Needle. But first up,
Not enough of a tart.
we are heading over to the Chihuly Glass Museum, where part of our group shall be walking through that area and taking a look at the artwork. All right, so we're at the entrance to the Chihuly Garden and Glass exhibit. So we are going to go in here and take a look at some excellent artwork as far as glass creations go. Wow. Very nice. Gives me the feeling of being in the sea. This is known as the Millie Four-Eye. This is Ikebana and float boats. All right, so this is the glass house. It's actually being set up for a private event, but we can at least see the sculpture work in here. Wow, the interior with the lighting, amazing. So now we've transitioned from the dark interior to just the exterior part of the garden that relies on the natural landscape and beauty of the gardens itself, integrating the glass artwork. So let's keep on going and check that out. And for the rest of the outdoor artwork, I'm just going to let you enjoy it without me talking. So, babe, what do you think of the outdoor part of this museum?
I like this part better. I'm sorry. The other stuff was nice and pretty, but I like this better because the lights and also because of this. Show everybody. You can see some of the glass reflecting the Space Needle. I'll bet you.
Yeah, the reflections in the orbs of the Space Needle are really a cool effect. So definitely worth a pass.
It doesn't take long to go through.
No.
Maybe hour tops if you want to actually just poke around and
really contemplate the artwork.
And sit down for a little bit.
Just to do, a quick appreciation, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes if you're just going to kind of do a leisurely pace and just appreciate it without really diving deep into the meaning of the art. Just the face value of just the beauty and simplicity of the work.
If you're an ordinary bystander,
right,
just come and enjoy the pretty art.
Yep, but definitely
an hour maybe.
Yep, definitely nice. Definitely nice. All right, so as we traverse our way back through the gardens, enjoy some of these still photographs from our resident excellent photographer, Melinda. And we'll catch up with you when we get back to the theater and I'm sure gift shop. And like always, no trip to an attraction is complete without a gift shop tour. And you can have your own Chihuly for a mere $7,000. Now, CJ and Christine went to the Museum of Pop Culture. Unfortunately, they were not able to get video, but they did get some spectacular pictures. This will be us tomorrow.
Yep. Cool. Very cool.
All right, everyone. For you guys, it's going to be a second. For us, it's going to be about an hour or so before we head to dinner and then finish up the evening with the Space Needle.
Nice. I love that.
So we will be at dinner in 3.
Perfect afternoon for me.
1. All right. So we have officially chosen a place to go. So we're heading back down to the waterfront, and we're looking at a place called Ivar's, which is a seafood restaurant. It's supposed to have really good clam chowder. We love clam chowder, so we had the one earlier today from Lowell's. And we're going to test this one tonight if we can get a reservation, because we actually have 11 total in our party this time. We've got a bunch of family and friends here. So we're going to see if we can sneak in before our Space Needle appointment tonight and give this seafood place on the water a chance. So we'll catch back up to you as soon as we get there. Welcome to Ivar's. Looks like they actually have a lot of good waiting areas and places to sit here. Pretty cool decor. Looks like the little clam race. Heading into Ivar's. Nice little bar area. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a nice view. Very nice views. All right, our meal is here. So Mel ended up getting the halibut, right?
Yes, halibut, which is supposed to be similar to sea bass. And cod, I guess. But I've never tried cod, so I can't tell you.
And then here is our bowl of clam chowder.
Here's a secondary.
And then here is my Northwestern platter that has the fried clam strips, fried shrimp, fried halibut, and fried cod. All right, now it's time for another rapid reaction.
What are we doing?
Rapid reaction.
Oh, clam chowder is better here. Don't go to Pike Market to get clam chowder. It's cheaper too.
Anything else?
The views are awesome. Come at 5 o'clock. Nobody eats here at 5 o'clock.
Hey, that's true.
As you guys know, Mel is a woman of few words.
I get to straight to the point because I don't diddly-daddly with too much extra words like you do.
Wow.
Wow.
You should get ask the server to bring you some ice for that bird.
Yeah. I'm going to sign off here, folks. Yes, obviously I talk too much. All right, just joking. I'm not signing off. So I actually really enjoyed the fried platter. The clam strips were really good. Between the halibut and the cod, I actually preferred the fried cod better. It was very light and very flaky. It was very, very good. The shrimp were definitely nice. They were like 3 biters, at least 3 bites to eat it. And the clam chowder, yeah, I have to agree. The clam chowder tonight at this location was much better. It was creamier, a little thicker, and I love bacon. I mean, who doesn't, right? And this particular clam chowder mix did have the bacon in there, so you have that added flavor. So overall, very good meal. Overall for the area as well, very reasonably priced at this location. So we will come back to you when we get to the Space Needle. All right, we ended up taking 2 separate Ubers to get here because we met up with Fred and Sarah. So we're here a little bit early waiting on CJ, Christine, Fred, and Sarah to get here. So while we do that, we're going to take you around the gift shop on the bottom level of the Space Needle. So let's take a stroll. So lots of cool Space Needles. Ooh, this is a nice big Mel approved size coffee mug. Yep, looks like we actually have a similar mix of merchandise. Similar tourist stuff. T-shirts, Space Needles, obviously, since we're here at the Space Needle. A couple of books. Looks like there are some areas for refreshments that you can grab down here on the main level. Ooh. Looks like we've got some pretty blown glass ornaments here. Does not look like it's Chihuly though, but
This is what I was hoping they'd have over there.
yeah. Looks like they will ship some of your glass related items to you. And there you go. Your quick walkthrough of the gift shop on the bottom level of the Space Needle. All right, so we are on the elevator and we are getting ready to head up to the top.
Taking out your phones, your photo opportunity will come up at 3, 2, 1, and it starts now. Here it is, downtown Seattle. And like the guy from Geico says, you guys gotta be quicker than that. That's all the time you guys can. And we're just around 150 feet. We're getting pulled up by 6 cables that are taking us up at 400 feet a minute. So if you guys are afraid of heights, it's too late now. Grab the to leave you at the top if you're over 21. But if you guys can spot the building down below with the helicopter pad and all of these satellites below to the right, that one was actually used for the Grey's Anatomy's TV show. Most of the filming was done in Los Angeles. Don't go over there though, Dr. McDream is not going to save your life. We're just around halfway up the Space Needle, which is 300 feet. The Ferris wheel is coming up over here to the right and it stands at 175 feet. The cost to build it was around $25 million. Lumen Field is where Beyonce, Coldplay, Taylor Swift made stops. It's a stadium with the white arches. So if you're a Swiftie, I'm a Beehive member. We're on 2 separate teams here. Did anyone see the Renaissance tour last year?
Yeah.
No? Oh, okay. I see a few Beehive members in here with me.
No, I
observation level restrooms. The exit will be on the glass floor. And here we are, 55 stories, 550 feet above Seattle. Enjoy the view, guys. Thank you.
Welcome to the top of the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. Look at this view. We're going to go ahead and do a tour. This is a 360-degree view, so we are going to take a walk. Some really cool sights. Very cool sights. Couple of sailboats out there in the Sound. And we are officially back where we started. So the thing I'm trying to find now, seeing if we can see the Chilean glass gardens from up here, but I don't know where it is. So we're gonna take a look. But let's take a look at this height. That's a wee bit of a drop. Now that's interesting. Let's take a look. Hang on, I'm coming. You guys are gonna see it. They've done some massive, massive artwork on this ceiling to make it look like there are giant spiders on the ceiling and the roof. They even have shadows. That's really cool. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the peak of Mount Rainier. All right, so we have descended 2 levels, and now we are officially at the revolving glass floor of the Space Needle. So, what do you say we go take a look? Well, if you are a fan of Grey's Anatomy, there is the hospital where a lot of the exterior shots were filmed. And this brings us to the end of our pre-day in Seattle. Make sure to hit that subscribe, like, and notify. That way you're notified when next week's episode drops. It's our embarkation day on the Ovation of the Seas, heading north to explore the wild frontier that is Alaska. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next week on The Scenic Route.